Hey YouTube, this is Valen. This is episode 9 of my Defiance of Fate long play. The main project I want to work on today is upgrading the mob farm. Before we can do that though, I need to get some more wood. We're running very low, as you can see here. We got a couple here and a few there, but no significant amount of wood. To make that easier, I'm going to make a lumber axe. To do that, we need to cast all these different parts here. I've gone ahead and got a bunch of iron in the smeltery here. But we're also going to need some gold to make some casts. I think we need 4 casts. What was that? Let's look. Yes, 4. Alright, well that's running. Let's make the pieces we need. Don't have even those, so let's see here. The parts we need are the large plate, the tough binding, tough rod, and of course the axe head. Or I guess the broad axe head. Some more cobble. There's no cobble anywhere? Okay, now that we got some cobble, let's make the large plate. Tough binding. Rod. And the broad axe head. Alright, now that we got those done, there shouldn't be any more gold in there, so this should pour out as iron. Okay, now that we got all the parts, let's throw all these molds in here. We can put them together in our tool station. Now, the way the lumber axe works is it will look upward from any block that you chop with it and remove all of them. So if we chop out the bottom of the wood here, it takes the whole tree. This is particularly useful when you're doing the large oak trees. One thing to note here is that it damages the axe according to the number of blocks removed. So you can't really, cheat your way around lots of durability damage to the weapon or to the tool. What this does allow us to do, however, is make the super large spruce trees. Let's see, do we have any dirt too? So say we do this. Let's grab some bone meal. Right, it makes one of these. But you can just chop out one corner of it, and it's raining wood. This is a really great way to get bulk amounts of wood, as long as you don't care that it's spruce or jungle wood. See, I've done it twice and I have almost 3 stacks of spruce. For a lot of things, we don't care what kind of wood it is anyway, so making chests or sticks or whatever, all those things can be made with spruce. Alright, so let's clean this up here. Should be plenty of wood for now. I guess we've got a few stragglers. Any more? No. Go ahead and leave the bone meal in there too, and the dirt. Alright. So a couple of things we're going to need for that mob farm. We're going to need a vacuum hopper. So I'm just going to go ahead and make one here. I'll go ahead and make the other chest too. Like that. Alright, a vacuum hopper is pretty easy. It's just an Eye of Ender, a regular hopper, and a block of obsidian. Vacuum hoppers are great in the fact that they'll just pick up anything or any floating items laying around. See it just drifting on over there? This means is we can stick it in the corner of the mob farm over there and it'll suck the items out of the center of the mob farm without us having to do the water trick like we always do. Okay. The next thing we want to make is the conveyor belts. Right, okay. These things are pretty neat. Put them down on the ground and they scooch mobs along. And items too. But not you. So we'll use these in the collection areas to get everything over to the drop shaft for the top of the mob farm. The last thing we're going to need is some way to kill the mobs. To do that, we're going to use Invar spikes. Those are made with 3 swords, 3 ingots, and a block. They're kind of orbital things that will hurt you if you run into them. Clean this up in here. Oh, I find that interesting. Killed lots of mobs, but never made a vanilla style sword, so it doesn't think we've done any of that yet. It prevented the subsequent achievement. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and open this up for now. And we're going to put a torch down in the middle because we don't want anything to spawn in there. Put our vacuum hopper right here. And a collection chest right below it. Configuring the vacuum hopper is easy enough. You click the little chest here inside the vacuum hopper, and then if you right click and hold it down, you can twist it around. You can pick a side and click on it with the left click, and it will put this little output marker on there. You see that appears in the real world too to show you where it's going. So now any items that go there will get pushed into the chest. The next thing we need to do is build this up higher with some big spawning pads. So I put fence gates in the middle here because at some point we're going to want to put witch water on top of this so that the mobs fall through a sheet of it. But it's pretty dangerous to open this up with the mob farm running, and we're not going to want to turn it off, so it's easy just to put them in right now. So I've got it mostly built, but I've run out of stone. You can see the channels here where they'll fall down into. We'll go ahead and put these conveyor belts in. It's important to face them in the direction you want to go, because if you face them this way, they're going to be pushing them towards the wall, which is not what we want. And of course you can't place them directly under your feet either, so also I've filled in the hole in the center just as a safety precaution until I'm done. Obviously we're going to need to make some more of these. The other thing that will be really helpful here is making the terrain smasher. It will automatically grind us cobble out of the cobblestone generator over there until it fills up whatever storage you give it. So let's get on with that quest and we'll come back to that. That should be okay light-wise until we hit nighttime. So it wants us to make a wrench, I think, before... it's in technology. Yeah, we need to make the crescent hammer, which I think is just 3 iron and a tin. Let's try it. Oh, have I not made any tin ingots then? Alright. Let's look up the terrain smasher while we're waiting for that. Okay, we're going to need an Invar pick, some more tin, a piston, and a pneumatic servo. This is just glass and iron and redstone. So let's make that first. 2 glass. Redstone. Alright, so we got the servo. We need a piston, which is another redstone. iron, 3 wood, classic vanilla recipe. And Invar pick. Go get some Invar. Okay, and the tin gears. We're going to need 3 or 2 iron for that. Done melting it? Yes. Okay. To make the wrench, you just put in a little Y thing with a tin in the middle. Pretty easy. Now it's ready for us to make the terrain smasher. Gears, no matter what flavor they are, tin or iron or Invar, we'll end up making a lot of Invar gears, or whatever they are always an iron surrounded by whatever the metal is for the flavor of gear. So we put 2 iron in here, surround it with tin, and we get our tin gears. There we go. Have a terrain smasher. This is a block that does not require power, and it will smash whatever is in front of it. Say we put a piece of cobble here, it smashes it, and it collects it. Well, maybe it doesn't have accessible internal inventory, but it will attempt to put it into some adjacent inventory if you give it one. One of the neat things you can do with this is rotate it. Oh, I know. It's not smashing that because it has an item stuffed in it. We don't really want to put just a regular chest here, because we want something that'll hold more than that. So let's make a barrel. I'm not sure if I've made one of these or not yet. I don't think so. They're pretty easy to make. It's a slab over a chest surrounded by logs. Just get some slabs. Chest. Surrounded by logs. Put a slab in there. These are great. They will hold really a lot of one type of item. As you can see here, it's going to just smash this over and over and over and over for us. Which is great, because that means no more smashing it ourselves. It doesn't make it into gravel, however, so it's problematic for sifting stuff, but for stuff like what we're trying to do here, it's great. Because we're just going to grab a few stacks of this, and we're going to throw it in the furnace over here. Well, the production table. You can see it's pretty quick, too. It's smashing it just about as fast as it's making it. So, you know what? I think I want that on the other side. Oh, the other thing you can do with the wrench is if you shift right click on a machine, it'll pick it up quickly. It's important to do that with certain machines because it'll save state. Like it will save the fact that there is a like power in the machine, or whatever operation it happens to be doing at the current time. Oh, if you shift right click on it with an empty hand, see the little lock appear down here in the corner? What that does is it locks it to that item type. So with it locked, if I take them all out, even though there's 0 in it, it's still set for cobblestone only. Oh man, did that just happen? Well, poop. That's okay. I didn't need those 6 diamonds anyway. And I don't have enough to replace it. Awesome. What's going on here? Why are you not smashing it? Oh! The terrain smasher caught it! That's a funny one. It's actually catching cobble, but it didn't take a picture. Just up at the top of the screen. Let's get back to it. So now that we've got a roof on this thing, I've put a few torches in here, but I left some out just to show you. The whole area in here is going to be spawnable. We'll spawn up here on top of these things, and then they'll fall down here, where the conveyors will push them into the hole. With spikes at the bottom to kill them. But to help trick them to fall into these areas here, we're going to use the trapdoor method. Looks like I should have got more wood. That's right, there's a bunch more in the chest over here. Just go get it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save the birch. This is a bulk wood thing. Let's bring the spruce. Oh, I guess I was away from it for too long. Guess I should lit it up somewhere. That's alright. The way this works is the mob AI interprets the trapdoor as a solid block. Because when it's up, they can walk on it, so the pathfinding works. But it has no way to determine whether the trapdoor is up or down. So they end up just walking right off the edge. Well, that's an interesting conundrum right there. Maybe we'll do something like this. Need to make another set of those conveyor belts. I think that's the correct number. We'll find out in a second. Oh dear. Well, yeah. That mob farm is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And we got pretty lucky there. I was kind of expecting that creeper to blow up a bunch of stuff, but... Okay. So let's get the rest of these in. Alright, with that, I think we are all done. We got some stuff to do at the bottom, but we can go ahead and pick up all of our stuff in here and seal this hole up. I think as long as I stay right under it, it shouldn't spawn. Got some of the spikes I need on me. Ladder's a little precarious. Let's go make some invar spikes. And our mob farm will be mostly done except for item handling. Listen to them dying in there. That's beautiful. See, they die. This thing sucks up the stuff, and look, we got stuff. Just like magic. Oh, I better eat. Okay. Gonna have to do something about that. Hate to make another set of invar spikes just for a single one. Are there other spikes? Wooden spikes, I suppose. Oh, we don't have any magic wood, and we're not doing that yet, obviously, so... Yeah, let's make some wood spikes and just throw it in there. Believe that wood spikes don't actually kill. They just do damage up to a certain point. It gets them down to half a heart. It should be fine. I mean, they'll wander off there onto another spike and die. See, we're obviously going to need more storage in this, because look, we're getting full already. But that'll have to wait for the next episode. I'm Valen. Ta-ta for now.